today's training topic is just for all of you husbands out there who are bought into the tools. We're going to talk about how to help your spouse make disciples, right? It's one thing for you to sort of have your eyes open to the fact that Jesus wants all of us making disciples. But I meet a lot of guys who are followers of Jesus, making disciples, who have a wife who loves Jesus, but isn't quite making disciples yet, isn't quite getting it. So in other words, maybe your wife, if you think about the circle, maybe your wife has trusted Jesus, she loves Jesus, she has put her faith in Christ. That's not the question. She's in that at that first place. But she's also at the second place where she's living her life to honor God. She loves Jesus, right? She's reading the Bible. Maybe she's going to a women's study. I mean, she's on fire for Jesus, maybe, right? I know a lot of wives who are like that. Some of you guys might even say, my wife is better at this second thing than I am, right? And that's true. But the question is, how do I get her to this last thing? Like, you get it. You get that, that Jesus wants all of us to help other people, to actively be investing in another person. And you get it. And so you're investing in other people. As a man, you're discipling people. That's awesome. But you recognize that you're supposed to be the spiritual leader at home, and you're thinking, well, I want my wife to do this too. I want her to experience the joy and the maturity that comes from investing in someone else. And so, maybe you've even tried to get her to disciple somebody, and it's just not quite happening yet. Maybe because she doesn't have your same personality, or her eyes aren't quite open to the same level, or she's already too busy in all of her women's studies, or whatever the case, right? How do you do this? Well, I have 3 simple tips for you, right? I want to keep it simple because we're guys and we need to keep it simple. Number 1, use the tools at home if you don't already. Now, this means either if you have kids or teens at home, use the tools to disciple your kids. Think of it like you and your wife are discipling your kids together, and let her experience the tools in that format, right? Or maybe just use the tools with your wife. Do a date night, pick a topic, and help her to experience the simplicity and the beauty of those resources. Here's my second tip. Try mentoring as a couple together. I mean, this probably is the quickest pathway to helping your wife become a disciple maker. Think about a couple in your life who could use that investment, who could use that help, and say, hey, why don't we disciple this couple together? And right away, you can help her experience disciple making in a setting that's probably less intimidating for her, because you can carry a lot of the load at first. But do those couples topics, and pretty soon she'll get confidence with it. The third thing then is try making a handoff. And we talk about this in some of our other resources, but a handoff is really simple. It's when you connect a woman who needs help to your wife who can help. The reality is, if you're discipling, if you're investing in other men intentionally and she's not yet, it might be because, maybe temperament wise, you're better at it, or you're less intimidated by it, or you're more confident, or whatever the case, right? You can think about why it is that your eyes are opened and her eyes aren't opened yet to this simple third thing in the pursuit of God. But for you, you might have to really help her get connected to a woman that she can help. And then you need to cheerlead your wife. You need to support your wife. You need to follow up with your wife. You need to encourage her again and again and again, because it's worth it to help your wife go full circle and start discipling another woman.